Hello, everyone. Beverly here, and today I am going to do live psychic readings for the collective and individually. And yeah, if you're interested, you can leave your questions in the comments. Um, you can leave your questions in the chat box. I'm actually feeling a little bit under the weather. Um, so bear with me. So, once again, hey, my name is Beverly. I am a psychic healer. The reason why I call myself a psychic healer is that I intuitively have the ability to tune in to, um, I have the ability to tune into you, to your energy field. And when I do that, I receive downloads, I receive images, I receive messages, guidance for the person that I'm reading at this time. And that to me sometimes can be very healing because it offers clarity. And maybe you feel stuck. Maybe you just, maybe you feel stuck or you feel lost or your mind is clouded and you just need someone to help process it through. Um, and help you understand a little bit more about what's going on in your life. So that's what I do as a psychic and as a healer. So you can also see it kind of like an energy healer, as an energy healer, right? So what I do is I use my psychic ability and um, my psychic abilities and I tune into your energy. When I tune in, I notice when I'm working with a client that they have certain limiting beliefs or they have like their aura is a little dirty. um Maybe they've been absorbing other people's energies. There's so many different things. Maybe they're going through like an emotional tough time. Maybe some past trauma is still affecting their life today. Like for example, I had this client and the husband, he doesn't even have to do much, but she's constantly being triggered by the husband. And she feels like she's constantly feeling angry and rage towards her spouse. When we did an energy session with her, an energy healing session with her, I went into her energy field. And what we discovered is that several times in her life, when she was younger, unfortunately, she was, like, sexually assaulted and some things had happened to her in her childhood, and because of that, as an adult, it manifested into this, like, anger and this rage towards her husband, even though she wasn't actually angry with her husband, it's a trigger because of a unhealed wound that she had in the past. So that's kind of what I do, um with energy healing. So basically, I go in there. I see myself as kind of like I'm like your personal assistant. So just imagine you have a closet full of junk, full of things, and it's like filled from floor to ceiling, and you haven't cleaned out your closet in a very long time. And there's some dark, hidden things inside of your closet, right? So what I do is I go inside and I help you clean out this closet. That's basically what we're doing. We're cleaning out this closet so that more joy, love, peace, happiness, abundance, whatever it is that you want in your life can come and flow to you with with what with much more ease. And also, it also helps to like feel good being in your body, feel more at ease being in your body. And, I know someone has some unhealed wounds when they're driving in traffic and they have a lot of road rage, right? They take it personal when they're driving. They're taking it personal. And so those are triggers. When you find yourself out of alignment, when you find yourself not in a present place, when you find yourself um, not of a high vibration, um, when you don't feel good inside and you feel triggered, the triggering is coming up so that it could be released. Um, but I feel like as the society, we don't have a practice or we don't work on releasing these things, we just feel like we're triggered and then we think that has to be part of life. Like that's the norm of life, just to be triggered. But what if it's not? What if you don't have to be triggered all the time? You know what I mean? Like what if you could just drive down a highway and feel good? What if you're just talking to your spouse or your partner and you don't have to feel triggered by the way they eat or the way they do something, right? You can just feel more at ease about it. Um, and this is also different than saying than being passive. This is not about being passive. It's about just kind of being present and feeling good in your body. It's not about being passive. Passive to me is something is happening to you and you're being triggered, and passive is the trigger. Being passive is the trigger. Um Let me drink some tea cuz my throat is really hurting today. And for those of you who are on TikTok, if you would like to join me on my live stream, you're more than welcome to do so. And you can follow the link from my bio. How is everyone doing today? um, so what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna start off first by doing a collective reading, and let's see what divine message comes through. Um Let's see what comes through for all of us for the as a collective, and from there, um, I will kind of choose who to read today. Um, Maybe I'll do like one or two readings today, and I'm not gonna go in order. It's just gonna be whatever is like guided in this moment. So as usual, we usually start off with the meditation. If you would like to join me in this meditation, you're more than welcome to. And if you feel safe and comfortable, you're more than welcome to close your eyes as well. So I'm gonna start off with this meditation. I'm gonna tune in to the collective and see what kind of messages or is for all, like any messages for us all here. And then I'll do a personal reading for someone here. Also, um, if I don't get to your reading, or if I don't get to read you today, I'm also offering a special right now, a holiday special, and you're more than welcome to book a one-on-one session with me over at my on my website. Okay. All right. So let me go ahead and tune in now. All right. So if you're interested in doing this meditation with me, just go ahead and close your eyes if you feel comfortable. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Notice the energy around your heart. Notice what it feels like. You to imagine Mother Earth's energy coming up to the base of your feet. Imagine this energy like a ball of light. Now imagine this energy flowing up through your legs, your hips, your spine, opening and balancing out your chakras. Imagine this energy going up, clearing away anything that's in your throat chakra so that you can freely express yourself. Then imagine this energy flowing up, relaxing your tongue, relaxing your jaw, relaxing your cheeks. And imagine this energy flowing up out of the top of your crown. Imagine yourself going into this energy, and this energy is going to lift you up above your chair, above the building, pins, the stars, the galaxy, up and up and up. There are many layers of lights. Through a golden light, through a jelly-like substance, through a pink light. Then I want you to imagine that there's a window. Flow through the window and you are now in a tingly white light. Keep going higher and deeper into this tingly white light. Higher and deeper into this tingly white light. And in this place, you are safe, you are protected, and unconditional love surrounds you within and everywhere all around you. I'm going to tune in right now um, to the collective and see what we get here. Okay? The first is love, self love. How many people here are on a self love journey or even a healing journey? Because healing is also self love. How many people here are on a self love journey? Cool. And how would you define self love? Like, what does self love mean to you? What does self love mean to you? Okay, someone over on TikTok is saying healing to be specific. I'm on a self love journey. Acceptance, yeah, everything to me. Feeling respect, yes. Making sure I'm okay and I'm in a good spot. Yeah, I love that. Being kind to yourself, right? And when I first started my self love journey, it was probably maybe about like almost 10 years ago now. And the idea of self love, like I didn't even know what that meant. You know, how can I love myself when I don't even know what love is? That's kind of where I was. That's where I was when I first started my path. I felt and believed that I was unlovable. I didn't even know healthy or what love actually is. There's the man-made version of love. There's the Disney um, perception of love, and then there's love. And to me, love is also truth, and love is kindness. But I didn't really know what any of that was. Kathy is saying to appreciate and accept our good and bad side. Yes, work on being the best version of ourselves. I love that. I love that. And I think um for me and maybe for all of us here that we'll always be on this self-love journey, right? Um and it's learning more about yourself, and I love everything that everyone said here. It's like learning how to accept yourself, learning um that who you are is okay and who you are is beautiful, and learning how to be kind to yourself. But if you tell someone, "Oh, just go love yourself," how can someone just go love themselves if they've never been loved? If they don't know what love is, if their parents never showed them love, if their community didn't show them love, um, it's kind of hard for someone who comes from that place um, to really love themselves. And so for me, I feel like I came from that place and that I had to teach myself and remind myself what love is. And yeah, it's been like a 10-year journey for me. And love is even like, for example, like for me, right? Like I have to constantly remind myself too that self-love is not about, like, trying to act or be a certain way so that, I stay engaged with everyone here, right? Being self-love to me is just like, "Okay, right now I feel sick, and this is how I'm gonna talk, and this is the tone I'm gonna talk in, and it's okay." And I can love myself for where I'm at right now. I can love myself for, even just having a sore throat. I can love that, you know? Um, l love is life. I love that. Yeah, and, self-acceptance. I love everything that everyone said today, and that's just kind of the message that I'm receiving. Let me tune in a little bit deeper and see what else is coming up around self-love. Um, yeah. What's what's an example of an area that you had to practice self-love maybe in the last couple of days or recently? What are some examples of where you've had to practice self-love? And you can just let me know in the chat box. Mhm. For me recently, for me, one of the ways that I had to practice self-love is being honest with my feelings. And this is kind of a common theme with my clients too, where they feel like it's not okay for a certain way. Like if they feel upset, they feel like they need to hide it, suppress it, and not show that they are upset. You know, play it off cool, so that the other person doesn't know that uh, they're upset, so that they don't feel weak. They kind of in a way, it's like denying how we feel in order to give off a certain impression so that maybe we're afraid the idea that if we show how we truly feel, then we're vulnerable and that could be interpreted as weak, um, that we're not strong. So anyhow, um, feeling denying our feelings, like how we feel about something, and if it's an uncomfortable feeling, or we feel mad or anger, or if we feel upset, or we feel like we miss someone, whatever the feeling is, right? And when we deny that, we act like we say, I don't want to feel that. I don't feel that. Go away. I don't want to feel that. We're betraying ourselves. We're denying the truth of what we are. That's like denial of self-love. That's how I interpret it. Um, it's being you're sort of lying to yourself by not being honest about how you feel about something. And that's kind of something that I had to work on recently, that um that if I felt something uncomfortable, it was safe for me to say it out loud that I feel uncomfortable, and that it's also safe for me to feel uncomfortable instead of like I have a people pleasing syndrome sometimes. And before the old Beverly would have just pretended that I didn't feel uncomfortable just so the other person um, could feel more comfortable. And that's lying to myself. I'm betraying myself by doing that. So that's something that I've had to work on recently. Um, so someone else is saying that they have to work on body image. Hmm. Let's see over here. Yeah. Um, so there's different ways that we can learn to love ourselves, and I'm in the process right now of learning how to love my feelings, missing someone, or Missing someone was actually kind of hard for me to work through, or feeling jealous, right? Um, it's not to say that jealousy is wrong, it's just to feel it and accept that this is how I feel right now. So that is the message for everyone as a collective today, is to continue working on your self-love, and it's a journey. It's a lifelong journey where you learn more about yourself, and it's like a form of actualization. Actualization is like realizing who you are, and 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 releasing all the stuff that isn't you, you know? When I tune into a client's when I tune into a client's energy, see that they have a lot of brain activity, right? There's a lot of things that's up here. And it's also surprising how much um so the way I see it when I tune into someone's energy, I see it as like, just imagine like like a dorm, like a whole just imagine a hotel. And in this hotel, there's all these different thought forms. There's all these different judgments and people that live in their mind, like their parents or what this person said or what that person said. It's all in their mind. And no wonder why when they come to me, they feel so lost and they feel so confused, because they have all these other things living in their mind that you can barely find them. It's like all these people and thoughts and judgments and criticisms that's in the mind, um, that you can't even hear yourself. Okay. Um, all right. So let's get started. I'm gonna do a couple readings. So go ahead and just drop me your question, whatever it is that you're interested in, like I'll show you what this reading is kind of like. Also, what I want to do too is, if you're also interested in a healing, let me know if you're interested in a healing. It doesn't just have to be a reading, okay? And I'll do maybe about like I don't know, one or two readings. We'll see how it goes. Okay. Um yeah, so just go ahead and drop me your questions in the chat box. Okay, so the first person that kind of stands out to me is I wanted to know if there's something blocking me on manifesting a partner slash boyfriend, and what I can do to manifest a genuine relationship in my life. Cool. Thanks, Vin. Let me go ahead and tune into your energy and see what we're getting here. That's another thing about psychic readings, or what I do. Like, I don't just like predict things in the future. What I do is I'll read your energy. I scan your energy. I read your energy. Usually, your energy will show me a lot about your current state, where you're blocked, what's working, what's not working, and that's kind of how it goes. So let me go ahead and tune in to Vin's energy and see what we get here. Um, Vin, um, when I tune into your energy, what I'm getting is that the first word that came through is disbelief. I think you desire a partner and that you want a partner, but deep down inside, some part of you also doesn't believe that it's possible, or it doesn't really believe that you can. Um, Disbelief. Disbelief is sort of what's blocking you. And actually, my teacher has told me that fear, doubt, and disbelief are three things that block manifestations. Disbelief. You know, when you're in a place of not believing that something can happen for you, you act from that place and you see life through that lens of not believing. So even if someone did show up, you may doubt it. You may not believe that it can happen for you. And disbelief is the opposite of the energy flow of where you want to go. You have to really believe that it's coming, believe that it's here, believe that it's living, um, so that you open up a channel so that the energy can flow. So to answer your question, Vin, um, what's something that's blocking me? Disbelieving. Let me tune in a little bit deeper to see where is this also coming from. Have you ever been in a relationship before? Vin, have you ever been in a relationship before? Okay, so you've never been in a that's also partly what's the disbelief I'm feeling. Yeah, so when I tune into your energy, I wasn't picking up that you've had much experience being in a relationship, and therefore it's kind of building up evidence why it's hard for you to believe that it's possible, and there is a deep rooted disbelief that you have that you're worthy of a relationship, and that's what's blocking you, and that's also why you're seeing your reality the way you do, um, because you don't actually there's some part of you deep down inside, very subconsciously, you don't believe that it's possible or that you're worthy or deserving of it. Um, so I just kind of want to point out where you might be blocked and what you can work on. You know, start to maybe you can even journal and find evidence on why you are worthy and find evidence why you are deserving. Um, because it sits very heavily in disbelief right now. Thank you for your question, Vin. Um, let me go ahead and answer someone else's question. I wanted to have an answer from my guide this morning around 3 a.m. I've asked for guidance. Would like to please get an answer. Thanks, Kathy. Let me go ahead and tune into your energy and see what we get from your guides. You're very welcome, Vin B. Um, and I just also wanted to say that everybody has the ability to receive messages from their spirit guides. But sometimes our minds are very clouded, or we lack experience or the practice um, to hear what guidance feels like. But eventually, at some point, when you continue on yourself, when you do more healing, I think that you can also become more intuitive too and hear guidance with more ease. All right, so let me tune into your energy, Kathy. I don't know why I'm seeing this image. I'm still trying to figure out how to interpret this image, but what I'm seeing is like Beauty and the Beast on ice. Are you like a dancer or are you in some sort of uh relationship um with someone? Kathy, let me know if you're still here. But the image that I saw was like an you, like it's kind of like Beauty and the Beast on ice for some reason. You're just kind of like twirling around. Um the way I would interpret this, no, I'm not in a relationship. Are you in some sort of uh, but you are a dancer though? Are you in like a honeymoon stage with anyone? Let me tune in a little bit more and see what else we're getting. um I dance sometimes, but not that often. Okay, so I tuned it a little bit more to see how what the meaning of all of this is. It feels like you're in this loop pattern in your mind. You're kind of stuck in this loop pattern, and that's what the twirling is kind of indicating to me. That you're kind of spinning in circles. You're in this loop of some sort. Is this loop related to your love life? It feels something related to like worthiness, but let me just tune in a little bit more and see what your spirit guides have to offer you today. The guidance that I feel called to share with you right now is that right now you're kind of what it's saying is that you're taking life a little too seriously, and it's saying that the guidance wants you to play more, have fun more, dance, play. Um, Me and my ex is still around, and I am interested in someone that I am not sure I could be in a relationship with. Yeah. Your energy overall, it just feels kind of stagnant. It feels like it's in this loop, this pattern. Um and it needs to eh, there needs to be more play in your life. Play. That's kind of what I'm hearing from your spirit guides. They want you to play more. Instead of taking things so seriously. But I do sense that you are also kind of stuck in some sort of cycle with a person. Um, so maybe it's or maybe it's with this new person that you're interested in, but I am sensing that you are stuck in this kind of like cycle with them. So maybe you look into like having more fun in your life, just loosen up. You know, the people that are supposed to be in your life will stay, and those that aren't, it's time for they'll leave. Um, and that's what I have for you today. All right. Someone else is asking, almost every day I see 1111. If you see 1111, whenever you see that, I always say just pay attention to whatever it is. Pay attention to whatever is happening around you in that moment. If you're listening to a song, pay attention to that song. If you're talking to a friend, pay attention to the conversation you're having. Um, if you feel a certain way, just kinda pay attention to that. I believe that when you see 1111 or any of these numbers, you're basically being divinely guided by your angels, by your spirit guides, and, I think that when you notice this, it's the message that they want you to receive is in that moment. Conversation with the person you're around, with how you feel, just kind of be aware of your environment at that time. Okay. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I'm gonna get going now. My throat is it's just it's hurting. Um, I appreciate you all for being here. If you're interested in a private one-on-one session, whether that's psychic reading or healing, um, you can find me at beverlyandbeyond.com. Also, I'll be here again on Thursday, noon Pacific Standard Time. If I didn't get to your question, you can um, join me Thursday, noon Pacific Standard Time. Wow, I just saw 1111 now on your live. Yeah! You were in the right place at the right time, my friend. All right. Thank you all very much. And I will talk to you all very soon. Bye-bye.